You know that old saying, the first casualty of war is the truth? Well, it turns out the same goes for disasters. So today, we're going to dive into a new framework, something designed to protect what might be our single most vital resource when things go sideways: reliable information.
So, let me ask you something to really get us started. Picture it: a flood, an earthquake, you name it. Some huge emergency is unfolding. What could possibly be more dangerous than the actual disaster itself?
It's the wrong information. Sounds simple, right? But it's so powerful. You see, in a humanitarian crisis, bad info isn't just confusing. It's a genuine, life-threatening force multiplier. It takes every other risk and just cranks it up to 11.
And that brings us to a really critical idea here. We've got to start treating our information ecosystem like a literal lifeline. I mean, just as important as food, water, or shelter when everything's falling apart.
And the damage isn't theoretical, not at all. We're talking about real-world harm. Misinformation isn't just some annoying rumor on social media. It can actively escalate physical danger. I mean, think about it. It could send people towards a threat instead of away from it. It sparks panic. It completely messes up the coordination of aid. It tears communities apart. And maybe worst of all, it erodes trust in the very people who are there trying to help.
So that begs a huge question, right? If information is this important, why are we so bad at protecting it when it matters most? Well, the simple answer is our old defenses, they just weren't built for the kind of chaos we see today. And this is where you can really see the problem. Think about traditional fact-checking. It's kind of slow, right? It's centralized. But a disaster zone, that's the exact opposite. It's chaotic, it's decentralized, and information, true or false, moves at lightning speed. You know, fact-checkers usually rely on official authorities, but in a crisis, who trusts the authorities? Sometimes they're the first thing to collapse. So you end up playing this impossible game of whack-a-mole, where rumors are spreading way faster than anyone can possibly check them.
Okay, so if the old way is totally broken, what do we do? What's the alternative? Well, it takes a complete shift in thinking, a real paradigm shift. We don't just need to be faster at fact-checking. We need to build a whole new architecture for trust. And this right here is the big idea. This is the core concept. We have to start treating the information environment as a form of critical infrastructure. Yeah, just like our power grids, our water systems, our roads. It's something that has to be designed to be resilient before the disaster strikes, not something we try to duct tape together in the middle of the chaos. Okay, so if we need new infrastructure, what does that even look like? Well, the proposed answer is a system called the Phoenix platform. And let me tell you, the vision here is huge. We're talking about a planetary-scale architecture for coordination in the toughest environments imaginable. So what is this Phoenix platform, really? It's super important to get this right. It's not some top-down, centralized ministry of truth. Not at all. A better way to think of it is as a shared ecosystem, an infrastructure that helps everyone, humanitarian groups, local authorities, community leaders, work together, share trusted info, and actually coordinate what they're doing. Now, at the very core of Phoenix, you've got something called the synergy engine. And I love this analogy. If Phoenix is the body, then the synergy engine is its nervous system. It's the collaborative intelligence part that takes all those messy, fragmented bits of data flying around and turns them into something coherent, and most importantly, something people can actually use. All right, so that's the high-level view. But how does this whole thing actually work? You know, when the rubber meets the road. How does it protect information when things are going crazy? Let's dig into the mechanics. The platform is basically a toolkit for truth, and it's got four main parts. There's distributed verification networks, AI-assisted rumor monitoring, what's called trauma-informed communication, which is super interesting, and advanced deepfake detection. We're going to break each one of these down because this is where the big ideas really come to life. So, first up, distributed verification networks. Forget about a single, slow fact-checking office somewhere far away. Instead, imagine a whole network of trusted people who are actually on the ground. We're talking aid workers, local leaders, community elders, volunteers, all of them. They take their on-the-ground knowledge and combine it with official data, letting them cross-check stuff from all sides super fast. And the real magic here is that no single group is in charge. The trust is built into the network itself. That's what makes it so fast and resilient. Okay, next up is how it uses AI. And this is a really important point. The AI isn't some robot judge deciding what's true or false. Its job is to act like a superpowered assistant for the humans. It scans just a massive amount of information to spot new rumors as they pop up or to detect patterns that look like a coordinated campaign. Then it flags the biggest threats for the human responders. So it's not replacing their judgment, it's boosting it, letting them focus on what's really important. Now, this next piece, trauma-informed communication, is so incredibly important because it's so human. Look, when people are in a crisis, they're scared, they're vulnerable. Just shouting facts at them can actually make things worse. The system gets that. It actually uses AI to help shape messages that are, yes, accurate, but also clear, calm, and supportive. The goal isn't just to dump information, it's to reduce panic. It's like a form of psychological first aid delivered through communication, and it helps empower those local, trusted voices to be the anchors of calm for everyone else.
And last but not least, you've got the high-tech defense against the really sophisticated stuff, deepfakes. I mean, we all know that seeing is believing is pretty much out the window these days, especially during a crisis. So this part of the toolkit is designed to scan photos and videos for any signs they've been messed with. It also uses something called content provenance. You can think of it like a tracking number for information, so you can trace a photo or a statement all the way back to its original verified source. It's all about making sure that when an official channel speaks, you know it's really them. So when you put all these pieces together, you start to see the real long-term vision. This isn't just about creating a handy toolkit for the next earthquake or flood. No, this is a blueprint. It's about building a fundamentally stronger, more resilient information infrastructure for all of us. And that right there is the ultimate goal. It's about making a huge shift. Instead of living in a world where we're always scrambling to repair trust after it's been shattered, the idea is to build a world where trust is a structural feature. It's just built in from the very beginning, baked into the system, ready to go before we even need it. And let's be really clear about the stakes here. What are we truly protecting? It's not just data. It's not just about knocking down rumors. We're talking about safeguarding human lives. We're talking about preserving the social fabric that holds a community together when it's under incredible stress. And we're talking about reinforcing that bedrock of trust that all humanitarian work depends on. Without it, nothing else works. So, I want to leave you with one last question to think about. We see every day how easily our current information systems can be twisted to spread fear and drive us apart. But what if we made a different choice? What if our systems were intentionally designed from the ground up with one primary goal? To build trust, not break it. That's the world this is all aiming for.